And before you go, Aaron.
Oh, all right. Funny topic, right? I'm gonna give my little portion of it. LeBron James and his comments towards media. To sum it all up, his stance was that the media is negatively impacting the game in the sense that most of their critiques of them is negative. And when you look at other sports, the commentators of the game and the media personnel that's set up for the game don't talk negative about their best players. And when it comes to basketball, somehow he really is talking about TNT and Chuck and Shaq and them and how they speak bad about the players and speak bad about the teams and saying that the game is boring and just downplaying the game, essentially. So he just had a little issue with that. And
what's your stance on that? You agree with him? That
I don't disagree. I don't agree with him, but I don't disagree with him. I think the NBA is still growing. But I think it's growing negatively. Like, I think a lot of players think, not a lot of players, but a lot of fans will tell you, like, oh, the game today is boring. Let's go back to the 90s. Or, nope, but it's still reaching all the places it needs to reach. So I don't think it's growing positively, but it's still growing. They just have a bad media presence. So yeah, I agree with the fact that they have a bad media presence, but not that the game isn't growing still.
Do you think basketball is not boring?
No. Basketball is not boring. It's pretty entertaining for one. But I don't see a game. I don't see a better game when it comes to the totality of the league. It's not a better game that's being played than today's game. So when you talk about the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, the game has continued to grow. There are a lot more skilled players in the league. We just saw fucking a guy who would never get any shine in what's his name? Najee Marshall for Dallas. He's cooking right now, but he's just a role player until now. Everybody's hurt. If you get everybody hurt in these 90 teams, if Jordan go out and Scotty go out, there's nobody who's gonna give you points for real. So it's like, it's so many more skilled players nowadays that it can never be boring. Everybody is a hooper.
I disagree that it can't be boring.
It could be predictable, but I don't think it's ever boring.
When you watch a team like Boston shoot half their shots as 3-pointers, that's not boring.
It's annoying.
It's terrible basketball.
It's annoying, but it still look good.
What?
So it's not boring.
It doesn't look good when you airball, when you clank off 5-7 shots in a row, and you still taking a shot when there's an open lane. It does not look good because that's not good basketball. I don't think that LeBron has I think LeBron is more so personalizing this shit to be like, all my life I had to fight against the Jordan fucking legacy. Every time I step on the court, is LeBron gonna... We don't give a fuck about that. But overall, there's no defense played. Everything's a tic-tac foul. It's not the same game of basketball. And you can tell me whatever you want to talk about defense efficiency. When I see a game that gets to 156 or 143 or 136 on a nightly basis...
That's not happening on a nightly basis. I will say that.
Not a specific team, but on a nightly basis, there's at least one game that goes crazy like that offensively because everything is a tic-tac foul. Everything is a...
And all of these players are skilled. It's no longer...
As they should
be. Specialists and then everybody else is just bully ball guys. It's like, that's...
Isn't it important also to listen to your fan base, though? Like, if most of the fan base is thinking in that direction, like, isn't it important to gear it towards that, or else you're going to lose interest?
But that's why
hockey still has fighting in it because the fan base loves fighting, and people still love watching hockey because they do stuff like that. But like, I mean, obviously, we're not asking the NBA to do that kind of stuff. Like, that's not basketball. But I think, like, if fans think that the game should turn in a different direction, then if people should listen a little.
But the players don't want to turn in that direction.
Exactly.
Because they've been coddled their whole fucking life. There's a whole generation of people who are not in single parent homes.
It's supposed to be a
They're
job.
in double parent homes, fucking living in gated communities. Half these dudes are second generation fucking talents already. I don't give a fuck what you want. Nigga, you don't have no fucking skin in the game to tell me that you're going to be sitting out games year 3, 4, and 5, nigga.
That's management.
You haven't even made it to your second contract. You going to tell me
that's
what you
But who's sitting out like that? Who's doing that?
What's his name? Joel Embiid did it.
He's not sitting out, though. He's hurt.
Well, now he's sitting out. Now he's hurt.
He's hurt. He's always been hurt.
But then there was the load management of this, that, and the Spurs did it for years, and they got fined for it. And it's terrible for league basketball to have fans pay this kind of money to go to this game to see stars, and you're not playing. You're getting paid millions of dollars to play a game. I understand it takes a toll on your body, but there are people who actually take their time and go and do strenuous jobs and don't get compensated the way that you're being compensated, and don't have the health insurance that you have, and don't have the trainers that you have, don't have the nutrition that you have. Yet you're going to tell me I have an achy, breaky, this, that, and the third I'm going to take out for this game so I can be ready for the playoffs. Nigga, every game matters. Competitiveness matters. That's the main fucking argument that old heads have. Every game used to matter in the 90s. Every game used to matter in the 80s. As soon as LeBron came in, you can coast. Because at the end of the day, we know the seeding doesn't matter. LeBron's still going to be he could be a 7 seed. He's still going to get there it doesn't matter. Because at that point, you're not putting out a best effort to even get the right seeding.
I hear where you're coming from.
It's a negative. What they're doing on the court is negative already, is what I'm trying to say. And for them to highlight it is their fucking job.
My
thing is that I think that the players should be addressing this in the CPAs and like the player agreements. Like, I mean, they should just be tackling like the amount of games they're able to play, like XYZ. Like, I mean, I guess money might be the important thing, or I don't know.
Well, they're trying to start that now that, to win awards.
I'm not mistaken, the last one was pretty bad.
So just cut the season to 65 games.
Like,
well, now I don't want to play that many games. I don't want to play 100% of my games.
So, like, that's the thing I don't understand. If the players are that upset, like, it's supposed to always be a partnership.
Here's the thing.
Are the audience is included in that partnership?
Well, the thing is that the speaking people of the NBA wants a specific thing to happen.
Yeah.
But that's not the majority of the NBA, right? You still have players that's not barely getting, I don't want to say not barely getting paid, but not getting paid to superstar level. And
absolutely.
So it's hard for them to get what they want to go on because they made the millions. So it's like, man, we can't.
I mean, just like how I think in the NFL that I think it's important, like, they didn't get rid of the 2 like franchise tags like, in the player agreements at all. Like T. Higgins is getting tagged twice now. Yeah. Like that's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, is he supposed to just get insurance every year? Like make sure he doesn't like get hurt like that blows.
I don't know, man. I don't agree with that LeBron stuff. I also don't agree with him pressing Stephen A like that, talking about leave my son out of it. Because one thing, let's keep one thing straight. Is your son an NBA player or not? And it's my job not to...
He a G League player.
He got drafted in the first round.
You right.
Second round, man.
Right.
G League player, man.
That's exactly what Stephen A told that nigga. Stephen A told that nigga go back. LeBron, stop this.
All right,
I don't think LeBron has...
he got a point. I think when you look at it, grand scheme of things,
he got to say leave my son out of it. Like he's fucking, like he said, he's in.
Well, no. Now that I'm not. I don't agree with that. I think
But
who shouldn't? Who wouldn't try to protect their kids?
To say that he is negatively impacting the growth of the games.
So again, I don't think it's negatively impacting the growth. I just think it's negatively impacting the coverage of the game, so that people already have a negative opinion of the game.
Bro, everything that is a spectacle for the NBA is bullshit basketball until we get to the finals.
I think the
playoffs first two rounds are pretty much bullshit.
But you add in
actually, the seeding kind of somewhat matters to the plan, no?
The in-season tournament.
I do like the play-in.
And
that was a good idea.
You have these incentives for them to start playing during the season because it gets extraneous for them. It gets old, boring.
I thought the awards thing was alright when they had 62 games. Like that was somewhat reasonable. Like.
They need to start sitting out the tournament so they can get ready for the playoffs. Nigga, we pay you for the regular season. There's no
the owners. It's part owners' fault too. We got to start looking at the owners. The owners want these players to be healthy, to be able to play for a longer period of time.
Yeah, that's what.
The same thing with the NFL deal with the way they tackle people and what's allowed when it comes to hitting quarterbacks and how these receivers are protected. They want to invest in their moneymakers and they want them to be able to play for a longer period of time. Yeah. So yes, you get soft and coddled is what a lot of people want to call it, but it's the owners trying to protect their investments.
Well, the owners just got paid, so they don't give a damn.
I feel like that's not beneficial.
They just got paid out by streamers by like what, $10 billion, right?
Yeah, I just think that the finger should be pointed in all directions, and it's growing. The NBA is growing. It'll flip. It'll flip eventually. But I'm out of here, y'all.
All right,
man.
Take it easy.
Same to you.
No, you go. You out of here?
Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
You want to think one time.
Take a shot.
I don't feel like the media is stopping the growth of the NBA at all. Or any sport.
They're important for it.
Like
somebody's supposed to tell the story.
Yeah, like and through their own perspective of how they see things. And I don't think anybody is. I mean, you got your Jason Whitlocks who literally try to poke at people to try to get a reaction or try to say things that ain't really.
All right, Jordy.
See you tomorrow. Love you.
Bye, guys. Nice to meet you.
Me too.
Purposely say things like that's race baiting or something like that. But majority of people who are on TV talking about sports, I think they're praising the sport more than they're trying to like belittle players or the game, or
especially if their job depends on it most of the time.
Right? Like, I don't. It doesn't make sense for them to do that, in my opinion. But
I mean, they definitely could say that something like that they disagree with their opinion, but they're still taking their time. Like, they talk about you.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I'm never.
I understand the negative aspect of it all. I do. Like, it makes sense. But if you think about it in a positive aspect, like people talk about you, like, and at the level they talk about you is because people watch them and agree with them as well. So like, it's a full circle moment. And which is, it comes with good things and bad things, but if it's been more negative than positive, then that's obviously a different discussion. But for them to make the media or any other part of the industry like a problem is just ridiculous. Because like that, everyone needs each other to make a living off of it. Like,
facts.
You are not going to make the kind of dollars like
facts.
I mean, LeBron's a billionaire and everything, and he can say what he wants, but he's a billionaire because his day job is the NBA.
Also, a bigger difference between NFL commentators and NBA commentators is a lot of NBA stars are the commentators, like Reggie Miller, fucking Shaq, fucking Barkley. Those were stars, and they're speaking from the game ain't shit compared. If I could go out here and play with this kind of defense, I would average 50. Fuck that. The way my mentality is set up is, you're gonna give me a lane, I'm gonna take that shit. A lot of people in the NBA are taught to drive and kick, which is dumb as shit to begin with. Because if you have an open layup, why the fuck are you looking for a three? Like, just take the fucking layup. Playing 2K basketball in real life is crazy.
Yeah,
Just because of fucking Curry. Not since he came into the league, but ever since he started popping off winning championships and shit,
Yeah.
they realized that the 3-point is the most efficient way to win games and stay healthy and shit like that. So that's when they transition. If they're going to be doing this and keep winning all these games, we have to evolve and transition to this and fucking keep up with them. Otherwise, they're just going to keep fucking shooting threes all day and we're just going to be getting 2-pointers and playing this battle that they get more points than us on an average possession. So that's the unfortunate thing about it.
But like, isn't that part of the whole argument though? That it's like becoming a numbers game. Like you're seeing the game become just numbers,
and it's analytics,
and nobody wants to see that.
Everything is becoming the Spurs.
Yeah, it's not.
Everything is becoming the Spurs.
They're going to take advantage of it, but like, when you start taking advantage of it, guess what? They change the rules. Like that's what happens. Like that's the reason why the rule book has been changing in the last century, or I guess for how long the league has been. What, 50, how many years has the NBA been?
78 or 9.
Well, then the 75th, right?
It's like 78 or
Yeah. Almost like 80-some years. They've almost been doing it a century now.
Yeah.
But the rule books has been getting added to for forever.
Yeah.
So.
And I think the biggest problem with most teams trying to emulate that Curry shit, you don't have the personnel. Half of you do not have 3-point shooters who can shoot at that.
And that's why those are the ass teams.
And it's like,
I mean, even like
even with the Celtics, it's like Jason Tatum ain't that. Why is he taking 13, 14 threes a game when he could literally be a mid-range assassin?
Yeah.
And this is why the NFL is so much better, in my opinion, because you got teams like the Ravens that are doing something to their strengths. They're not a pass-happy team like the rest of the fucking league. That's like fucking if the Clippers back in the day with Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, if they were playing today, they probably fucking cook.
Yeah,
they would probably fucking cook because they're playing a brand of basketball that plays to their strengths instead of trying to chase something else. It's like fucking, like if you know about like competitive Pokemon or something like that, right? There's a meta team that's always fucking the number one team, right?
Yeah.
Teams that often win the championships are the teams that counter the number one team.
Right.
It's the same thing in fucking sports. Do that. Outcoach somebody. Don't fucking follow the trend and try to beat somebody at their game.
Right. It's not going to work.
I mean, even like the NFL is talking about getting rid of the tush push because people don't really care to watch it.
Yeah, no,
but I really
There's some merit to that because on defense they made it illegal to tush push for a tackle.
Yeah, that's where I was like, okay, well that makes sense then because they made it so the defensive line couldn't do it.
But I think it's hilarious that the Packers were the ones who are getting labeled as the ones who are like, yeah, we brought this to the NFLPA. We don't give a fuck if everybody hates us. We're doing it. Like,
of course they did.
Cool, but what happens when they say nope, fuck it, and everybody's gonna look at the Packers like you snitch ass nigga. But yeah, they definitely outlawed it for defense for like kicks.
Yeah.
So I can see them being like, all right, for player safety, because that's why they outlawed it. They're like, for player safety reasons, you're not supposed to push someone through the fucking line.
Yeah.
But I guess it's a little different. I don't think so.
No, I'm just saying that they alter the rules because the product on the field is one way or the other, and they adjust it accordingly. Like that's just how it operates. That's why they make rules. I mean, shoot, what was it? The NFL at one point? People were having 8-foot guys stand at the field goal posts so that they could block it.
Yeah,
like that. On long field goals, and they had to make that a rule, which makes sense.
Yeah,
nobody wants to see that crap. Have somebody on the roster just to block a field goal,
yeah, and I think that's just how sports in general right now has this like lull factor over it. Like if it's not a good game or your team, there's always this like this game ain't moving the way it should. Yeah. Like you're a professional and you can't move 5 yards. You're a professional and we're almost at halftime and we're under 50 yards. Like, what the fuck is going on? Who the fuck is getting these jobs? How are these offensive coordinators keep getting hired and they can't move the fucking ball?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta be careful though, because I always like watching good defense though. Like, if you're,
I love it.
especially because y'all. Your team like the Pittsburgh Steelers do nothing but defense. So,
Yeah, exactly. Nothing but defense.
Y'all win games with defense. I ain't trying to bring that up.
I'm with it to a degree, but it's like some people just kind of you can tell when someone doesn't belong. Like when Matt Canada was our offensive coordinator, you're like, I don't think that was the right hire. Let's give him 2.5 years and still figure it out. The fuck are we doing?
You're crazy for that.
Yeah, I don't
know why you didn't attempt to hire someone else that at least give an opportunity to.
Look at us now. We're calling Sam Darnold. I don't even want to talk about it. To be honest, Sam Darnold is not.
So yeah, I don't know. I just don't really care. I just don't really care about players ostracizing other part of their product as well.
Right.
They're just basically being a hypocrite about it. Which okay, I get it. You're complaining because you're getting complaints thrown towards you.
Yeah.
But that's definitely not the attitude to take. The attitude to take is well, maybe they got a point, but maybe I can still say that y'all are doing X, Y, Z wrong too, though. Make an opportunity to bring something else to the table,
For sure. And I don't know. I'm not against I'm not against everything LeBron said.
Yeah.
But that shit about your son. That shit is laughable to me.
He's only even in the league because of your fucking name, bro.
Yeah, literally, you telling Stephen A. to leave my son out of this? Nigga, you should have left your son out of this.
Don't he have the worst field goal percentage in NBA history right now?
I think he's averaging 1.4 points, point something rebounds, point something assists.
That dude's ass, bro.
In the G League, he's averaging 21 points. Why not keep him in the G League to fully develop what he's supposed to be? Because right now, he's an unfinished product. And it's kind of annoying to see. And it was kind of like watching Russell Westbrook play for them. That 1 year he played for them. It's like, man, I hope this game is the game that we get to finally see Russ break out of that fucking funk. It ain't the game. It ain't coming.
That was more like he was fucking playing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden found the funk. It's like, hey, he's going to turn it back around eventually.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't get down with that because Stephen A. just doing his fucking job. If I see something that doesn't belong, I'm going to tell you it doesn't belong. I don't care what your last name is.
Yeah, the guy's supposed to talk doing his job. I guess if you got problems with him like that because you're a dad, I guess you can say that. But to kind of do it in a public manner was kind of yeah.
And Stephen A. even said he didn't approach me as a player. He approached me as a father, so I respect that.
Yeah, which makes sense. Which is exactly.
But I'm still going to do my job.
Well, he said he got called by his execs.
Yeah.
He said, oh, hell no, we just paid you a shit ton of money. You were going up there and saying something about it. So.
Right.
Which kind of whack, but, that's just the way the world works, so.
For real. It's a very fast-paced world.
Everyone's about that money at some point.
For sure. I think, is there anything else I want to talk about?
I want to talk about this Devontae Adams shit right quick.
What happened?
Bro, he got sent to the Rams.
He got sent to the Rams? I thought he was a restricted free agent. Or unrestricted free agent.
And then Josh Allen just gets a fucking $330 fucking million contract. Jesus fucking Christ.
He deserved it. MVP.
Wow, yeah, you're really...
Bro, I can't believe this shit just happened. The Josh Allen shit was literally 2 minutes ago.
Devontae Adams is going to the Rams. Are they keeping Cup?
They just said they signed him. I don't know about keeping Cup.
I thought we were going to pray for him for real.
Because they're keeping Stafford.
We got Debo.
They are keeping Stafford.
We got Debo.
Yeah, getting Debo was not bad.
We were talking about
Didn't Myles Garrett get paid too?
Oh yeah, he got big
$40 million.
They backed the truck up. They said, "Yep, here's another Brinks truck right now."
Motherfucker said, "I'm not going."
$250 million guaranteed.
They came to his house and said, "You know what? Hold up. We got an offer you cannot refuse."
Yeah, they were not trying to trade him.
No, this dude got $55 million a year.
Ooh.
Josh Allen.
Highest paid quarterback right now for you.
Highest paid player ever.
Man, it's crazy that Myles Garrett's gonna pay more than like a lot of QBs. Like he's gonna be in top 10 contracts.
That's what
Like that's.
I'm trying to figure out, like, how they're gonna make that work.
I mean, what is there not to? I mean, it is what it is. You make it work.
I'm talking about like
We're better off. We're better off because Lamar and Josh Allen got drafted the same year. Lamar got his contract 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So we're better off.
Well, see, look, I at least respect the Browns. If you're gonna be ass, you might as well have a guy that's like an absolute stud, and you might as well just pay him like a shit ton of money. I mean, because if you're going to be a mediocre franchise, at least don't underpay people. Like the like the Cincinnati Bengals right now, really, guys, come on. You have generational talent on your team, and you're like, well, you're counting fucking pennies.
Yeah.
Dog.
Trading Trey Higgins.
Oh, they're not keeping Cup. They told him he's getting traded.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like
So
the
they're gonna
Eagles.
keep
The Eagles.
Devontae
And Puka, bro.
If they had Devontae, Puka, and fucking Cup, it'd be crazy.
But the Eagles, the reason why they're able to do what they're doing is because they keep paying everyone when they're supposed to. They pay them exactly on time.
They also got lucky that they got 2 fucking all-star caliber fucking cornerbacks in the same draft.
Yeah, well, I mean, some fortune goes your way, but
Because like Darius Slade would have had to stay on that team if
the
they
Bengals
didn't
have
get
good
that.
defensive players though. They have 2 people, which was what was
They
it?
have Trey Henderson.
Yeah, Henderson, and then
They used to have Jesse Bates, but he's not there.
Carter. They got fucking Jordan Davis. They got a lot of fucking good defense.
They don't have the worst defense, defensive players. Their defense is ass.
Their secondary is dog shit.
The Cincinnati
Bengals.
Bengals.
I was about to say the Eagles.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying.
no.
But I'm just saying, like, would you rather be the Bengals that are counting fucking pennies, or would you rather be a fan of the Browns that at least paid your elite talent in the last decade?
You're asking us if we'd rather be a Browns or a Bengals fan?
Oh shit! Well, okay, let's not.
I
I said neither.
I'd rather be dead.
I would answer neither. I wouldn't watch football.
I'd rather.
But I'd rather be the fucking Bengals with talent that some people are getting paid and you have to actually have to.
They're about to just blow it up.
They're not
not the offensive side.
Yeah,
You're
no,
crazy.
Defense is ass, but like
You got all right. I want you guys.
T. Higgins has 1 year left.
Do you think they're going to be better than you guys this year?
The Bengals?
Yeah. Do you think they're going to be better than the Steelers?
As of right now, yes. We don't have a quarterback.
Okay. But I'm saying, like, moving forward, moving forward in the next 5 years, are you going to think that the Bengals are going to do better or worse than your Steelers?
Trajectory-wise, they'll be better.
Wow. That says it all. Joe Burrow is elite talent.
Yeah.
They're talking about him being better than Josh Allen still. And he's not. He's sitting at home.
I think
they're a few draft picks away from a Super Bowl again.
You see a few draft picks, and they're blowing their team up. Like they had to tag T. Higgins twice.
I mean,
you know what teams do that kind of shit? The Cowboys, and look where they're at.
I don't think they're blowing their team up.
I don't think
they're getting rid of dead cap.
I'm just saying they're going to end up like the Cowboys in the next 3 or 4 years.
I think they can afford to lose Higgins at least. If they're tagging him this year, they trade him next year, and they get if T. Higgins shows out again because they're gonna need you for a contract.
For sure.
If you sit out, that's how many times has that worked out for people?
Not at all.
Well, the whole situation is that
It's fucked up. It's a fucked up situation.
You get rid of T. Higgins though, and then Joe Burrow's going to go. Well, what the hell? Like you're just getting rid of all of my players that I like playing with. Like that's just ridiculous.
It's a business decision. It's unfortunate.
You can't always say it's a business decision. You got to pay people at some point. Show me where the money.
They're gonna pay Chase for sure.
Okay, like I said, so the Cowboys all they have is CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, and that's it.
Well, the Bengals are just a bad organization altogether. They just have talent at certain places.
I would never want to be a Browns fan.
Oh no,
ever in any capacity.
Even at my lows, I was like, I could be one of these.
I'd rather have the Bengals false hope than the Browns certain.
Because I knew that would get. I knew Dane Snyder would get out of that position eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a slime. Like he was.
I'm taking Joe Burrow over the Browns organization. Joe Burrow.
You're crazy. Because I guarantee, I bet he's going to ask out. Because
if he asks out, then that's it. That's over. It's over for them.
If he asks out, then Steelers better be first in line, especially if we don't have another fucking.
Man, you ain't getting them.
Man, they're
going to the NFC.
Nah, if Joe Burrow asks out, somebody in that division other than the Ravens is going to fucking throw
everything.
Yes.
You say everything, and the Bengals aren't going to trade it to you guys anyway. You guys are in division.
Depending on the best price, I bet.
I guess the Bengals are clowns. So you know what? They like to be humiliated. So you know what? I will agree.
I'm not gonna put my money on it, but
I'm just saying that the whole reason why I was saying that is that despite Joe Burrow and the elite talent that we're talking about him in, you still are thinking that the Steelers in 5 years are going to be a better spot than Joe Burrow in 5 years.
No, I said the Bengals.
I said the Bengals, which is supposed to be Joe Burrow, if that's the case. If Joe Burrow's gone, like you said, the Bengals might as well just blow their franchise up. Like
the Steelers might as well do the same.
You guys,
because if Burrow's gone, then Chase is gone.
Yeah, but
and
honestly speaking, you guys are in a lot closer position to the Cleveland Browns. You guys have elite talent, in a few positions. And you guys just have good management. So should you guys blow your team? Should you guys trade away T.J. Watt, or you guys should pay T.J. Watt?
We should pay T.J.
I think you should trade him away at this point before he gets too old.
So I'm at what are we really talking And so the Browns had to pay for their bad management. Bad management, that costs something.
Yeah.
Guess what? I'm gonna need a few more extra dollars on my paycheck.
And then again, you see that some teams can turn around. Look at the Broncos. They had that fucking horrendous contract with Russell Wilson. 2 years later, they're back in the mix.
Exactly. So I'm I don't think the Browns can be in that bad of a position if they move forward in a better way. And to have an anchor like Myles Garrett on the defensive side, which is...
They have to get rid of Watson, immediately.
Yeah, they need to figure out a way to offload that somewhere.
They can get rid of him.
There's so much dead money attached to it.
I know, but
it doesn't matter.
You have to take they did. The Broncos did the same thing with Russell Wilson.
Yeah, that's it. If that's it, yeah.
The Broncos did the same thing with Russell Wilson.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Thanks.
You can't sign 4 players for the next 3 years if you release Deshaun Watson.
Take your chances with the draft.
You might be able to offload him for 2 seconds, but
you're not offloading him for anything. That's the problem. The contract is too terrible. The man is getting paid way too much money.
There was a stipulation in the contract where they didn't have to pay all of it. And I forgot what that stipulation was, but I'm pretty sure the condition was met. So they can get rid of him and not take that much of a financial hit. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe. They restructured his contract 3 times.
Yeah, because
this offseason.
Motherfuckers knew they were dumb as fuck with that shit.
How
do you give the most guaranteed money at the time to somebody who's going through a fucking scandal?
Yeah, that was crazy.
They said, how many massage therapists? 17 more? So
that's not that many.
And then gave it all guaranteed.
Guaranteed, bro. What was it? $230 guaranteed?
Guys, wow.
That was ridiculous when I
talk about ultimate basement franchise move.
And then you give a DN fucking $40 million a year.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not like I was saying, it could be worse.
It can't. You just solidified that you can't pay nobody ever.
Like I said, would you rather just have Deshaun Watson's contract and that's it, or would you rather have Myles Garrett's contract and Deshaun Watson's contract? Well, at least you have Myles Garrett.
I wouldn't want both.
I think it comes down to the same argument of okay, you're mediocre, you're not making it past the first round of the playoffs. Trade, like you said, trade T.J. Watt, trade Myles Garrett if you're why hold him hostage even though he's getting very well paid to be there.
But he's
obviously said he wants to win, and you're not giving him an opportunity.
If that's really the direction that he wants to go in, then I would trade him. But that's if I was on management for the Browns, I would offer him that kind of contract.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
most I can, which would be whatever that it'd be like, well, I could trade you, or you could, we could do this.
Oh yeah, no, like
That's
what they did makes sense for their position that
That's
they put
what- yeah,
themselves in.
that's-
Like it was not a good move in any capacity.
No.
For the rest of the
But the
NFL,
other
like,
move is that they trade him, and like they try to get the most out of it, which
which
is
they
like,
could have got
They
a
could have got a
fucking.
first rounder,
Yeah.
a second rounder, probably a player. They could have got so
it's what they
much
should have
for
done
Myles Garrett.
probably, but
That is
They could've got
100%
so
what they should
much
have
for
done.
Myles Garrett.
yeah, I mean most people say
You could have made him happy going to a contender who will pay him too,
And you could have used the draft to
and got a haul for him.
replace
But,
him, but
yeah, no doubt.
and then because that's your only option at this point. The way that they set themselves up is the draft is your only hope
right. If I'm the GM, I'm not paying a defensive player $40 million a year
at all.
ever. 35 is already pushing it to where
Give a fuck who
bro,
it is.
you're in quarterback money.
Well, I mean, you always want to try to be what the Rams organizations does, and they're always in good position, at the table. Like they know they're a good brand organization. They know people want to play where they're located.
Yeah.
Like they know XYZ, so they come to the negotiating table and actually be professionals about it. Like they have a lot to negotiate.
Yes.
So you always want to be that kind of franchise, but most franchises are like the Browns, and they go "Oh, don't leave!
Yeah.
Here's all the money in my wallet."
Yeah.
What else are we supposed
The
to
Rams
do?
were like, we got the most out of you. Go ahead and finish your career somewhere else.
The Rams are
Yeah.
trying to do smart things, and you know what? They even say Matt Stafford.
That's what fucking good organizations do.
They said Matt Stafford, you want to play with that money? You can go play for the Giants. You want to make that kind of money? I mean, Matt Stafford is probably worth that kind of money. Sure. And so go. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to earn it all at the Giants. That's for damn sure.
For sure.
But the Rams said, well, if you want to continue playing, you're just going to take what we got. So
And that got him another fucking receiver, a very good one who
I
had
guarantee what
a
the
sleepy good season last season.
Yeah, I can't believe he was just a free agent. I was
They're
hoping
winning that division without a doubt.
we'd pick him up. I'm sure you guys were too. I'm
I
sure
was
everyone.
hoping.
I'm sure everyone was.
We didn't have
I'm not expecting it.
because they picked up his contract too. He had a $46 million contract for 2 years.
Oh, they picked it up.
Yeah, they had to.
I'm not expecting anything from Steelers this year. Especially signings. It's going to be a very...
Oh, yeah.
Especially after last
Yeah,
offseason where we had all these splash moves. Justin Fields, Russell Wilson,
Nice.
flash. Oh, Deshaun Elliott used to play for them. Patrick Queen used to play for them too. Oh, splash. Yeah, we're not going to have any of that.
Patrick Queen was a bum, and I knew that from the fucking jump.
Patrick Queen got his ankles took so many times. He missed so many tackles while he had hands on the motherfucker.
Bro, he was a project. He was if we want to talk about system players, holy fuck, Patrick Queen is one of them.
Patrick Queen cannot cover to save his life. It's all good though.
Roquan Smith made that man look like a fucking soon-to-be legend.
So
But I don't understand how people didn't see that coming if they didn't saw his 2 years before Roquan Smith. That man was on his way out.
yeah,
Just like Harbaugh was on his way out before Lamar Jackson. Fucking Patrick Queen was on his way out before Roquan Smith.
yes, but hey,
That's crazy. I kind of wish Lamar was a year after because I would want to see what our team would be like with a different head coach because it would probably be around the same success in the regular season, and then come playoff, we will probably be the same team.
what's up?
Is that true? Did the Steelers just get DK?
Did we just get DK? Did we just get DK? Did we just get DK?
I think you might have just got DK.
Who told you that?
Oh my God! They sent a 2nd and a 6th and a 7. That's a. Oh my God! 5 years, 150,
Yeah, you got paying a lot.
$30 million a year for DK.
I'll
They
take
gotta
it.
fucking play the
We
game.
got
Bro,
DK.
and-
I'll give you
We
that.
got DK
Bro,
live on
Lord,
the
and
shit.
everything
Y'all
you just said
get
about God.
Let's
Damn.
go.
Why is our division over? Bro, we need to know.
Second
Can we
and
get
one.
Tyreek Hill and somebody?
back.
See, Sam Darnold with some DK might be.
Justin Fields, you don't want Fields.
What
bro.
did you just say? I don't want no Sam Darnold. Give me
What are you
back
thinking?
Justin Fields.
Bro,
Come
if you don't
on,
get
He went
somebody.
4-2. He was getting better in our system. That man is the only.
I don't think
This man asking for
Justin Fields isn't going to unleash the potential of that offense. You have two great receivers.
And you think Russell Wilson will?
No, I don't think either one. You got to get a different QB.
That's why I said Sam Darnold though, because he just did it.
There is no.
He did just do it. He did just do
He had
it.
two dynamic receivers.
Neither one of our receivers is Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson is a special.
But both of your receivers are Jordan Addison.
Yeah, that's definitely two
Both of our
Jordan Addisons
receivers
right
are
there.
better than Jordan.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's like a
In
law of
between.
averages.
Yeah,
like,
it's in between right
say
there.
this. Nobody wants Sam Darnold.
nobody wants Sam Darnold. But that's not who I'm talking about. Like,
Who are you going against? Aaron Rodgers? You go
No,
okay,
no,
exactly.
no.
So don't be saying that.
I don't want any of them.
Know what you want.
I told you
damn,
I
who
want
is available?
Justin
Sam Darnold, that's who's available.
Fields. Justin Fields. Sign with the Steelers, man.
Yeah, you guys are gonna get him anyway. Like you guys can sign him and Justin Fields. Like
No, you can't.
Damn, there really isn't a good quarterback available.
That's what I'm talking
If
about.
Herbert was available, that would have been good for you. But he's not.
I mean, honestly, at this position you guys in, you guys might want to trade 2 firsts and then pick up a rookie. Like, hey, honestly, hey, you know, they say like Shedeur Sanders pretty alright. Like,
Fuck.
No, his draft stock is plummeting right now.
see for real.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you this: if I'm not getting Cam Ward, I don't want nobody in that draft.
Damn, bro, what would be fuck, man? Because I really don't think Fields would help that situation.
See, that's what I'm saying. Fields ain't doing nothing there. He ain't.
His skill set doesn't fucking
He's
work
just-
with.
Russell Wilson's not necessarily a good option because he's good at the deep ball. It's what he's good at. Like that's his old reliables. That
Is
deep
that your
ball.
phone?
Yeah,
And wait, he used to play with DK anyway.
I don't want that.
Like I'm just saying, like that's like they have a chemistry there. So
We really got DK Metcalf. That's tough.
what the
That's pretty
fuck, bro?
good.
Like,
That's tough.
that's tough. Y'all like DK.
DK and Pickens. Oh, yeah. I gotta get on the group chat now. Talk my shit. Talk my shit.
That's hype for you guys.
I'm glad that happened.
Way to scoop him up. For what a second, third, and some
Second
change.
and a third.
I can't believe all this shit happening like right now.
Second and a third for this year.
No, not a third, a second, a fifth, and a seventh. No, a second, a sixth, and a seventh.
A second for this year.
I think so.
Man, that ain't no damn. I mean, you are paying 30 mil, so.
I'm trying to think like if we don't hit on our first draft pick, we won't pick until round 3.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm trying to think like what's the best move for you guys, like a quarterback, because you guys need to fix that. So.
Justin Fields.
I don't.
Wow.
I hope Fields starts, bro.
Man, that's because.
I hope
The
Fields
option
starts.
that we have, Justin Fields is the best option.
He might be. That might be a fact.
I'm
But
just saying that he's the best option.
still gonna stay in mediocrity if he's your QB.
I'm taking him over Jalen Milroe. I'm taking him over Russ. I'm taking him over Sam. I'm taking him over Rodgers. Who else is even available? Kirk. I'm taking him over Kirk Cousins.
Is Derek Carr available?
I'm taking him over Derek Carr.
Hey, bro. You laughing. You ain't that bad.
I don't know.
Justin Fields.
No, he's not.
Yes,
No, he's not. No, he is not.
That.
Derek Carr is fucking horrendous, bro.
Derek Carr is carried by one fucking season where he had a 12-4 season with the Raiders.
I think it's
Was that with Adams?
No, he had a Crabtree.
Look, you're out here slim pickings, so you really need to.
I told you I want
You ain't winning no
Justin fucking Fields. I'm gonna say it one more time.
games. You only win enough. of them.
Justin fucking Fields.
Yeah, y'all gonna rush.
Please,
Y'all
Justin
rushing
Fields.
that motherfucker.
Please, Justin Fields, bro.
We'll keep
Please.
Justin Fields for the next 2 years, and then we'll draft fucking Arch Manning.
Because DK getting clamped up.
Yeah, right. Not when he has another number 1 receiver next to him.
Pickens is
You
getting
guys are
clamped
getting.
up.
You guys are definitely
Who?
getting Sam Darnold. Like, just face facts.
Our secondary?
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Hmm?
You guys are getting Sam Darnold. I don't know what else
I
y'all.
don't know.
What else
Why
is
you-
your management going to
Why
do?
the fuck do you try to put that voodoo?
I ain't trying to put that voodoo. I'm just saying, like,
Y'all getting Sam Darnold.
We are
Like
not
that.
getting Sam.
Y'all getting Sam Darnold.
We get Sam Darnold. I'm shooting myself. I'm not going. I'm not going to.
I'll hide the guns from you.
I'm not going to no fucking games if Sam Darnold is our starting
Come on,
quarterback.
man.
I'm
He ain't
telling you that.
The
I'm
Vikings
not.
were 14-2 or 14-3.
The Vikings have a great team. The
They don't have a great team. They have some great options on offense. And that's about it.
You guys are like a budget Vikings.
We're talking
On
about
offense?
teams. We're talking about teams who overachieve like shit.
Okay, well, you don't want to overachieve at all.
No, I've done that with 11-0. I've done that this year when we were 10-3.
I mean, that's just what it is.
What are you talking about? I've seen.
Then blow it up.
No, you get.
I'm like, damn. Oh,
now
I don't
you
want to do
can't.
that. Oh.
Now you can't. You
Then
got
just blow it up.
You just traded for DK. You can't blow it up now. You
Hey,
have
might
to
as
go
well
find
try
a
then.
quarterback. Exactly. Hit Justin Fields.
You already have him. He's going to be paid like $14 million a year.
He's
What do you do? You go pay Sam Darnold
He's an
30.
unrestricted free agent. We don't have him. He's in free agency right now.
Well, like, you guys can pay 2 quarterbacks. Like, you're going to have Justin Fields on the roster. Nobody else is going to pick him up.
The Jets have interest. The Giants have interest.
Wow.
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 The Raiders had interest before they got Geno.
For what? What? Justin Fields?
Mhm.
Wow. That's
He had a pretty good.
crazy
line of
stuff right
receivers,
there. It's big interest, I'm sure. Probably for maybe $20 million at max.
which we should be able to pay
Just
easily.
saying. Yeah, and you guys can still pay another guy for that.
They said we're not paying 2 guys $20 million to play backup and starting. We're not doing that. We just went a whole year where we played both of them 1 point something mil. We're not going to go and pay $40 million to a quarterback room. It's not happening.
Interesting.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
Welcome to mediocrity, my friend.
We've been here for the last 7 years, 8 years, 9 years.
Still gonna be in it.
I mean, you should know very much well what mediocrity is.
Oh, I know.
1 year and this man's high and mighty.
I'm not high and mighty. I know what it's about. I'm just saying.
You got slip picks.
Man, you ain't like.
It's
Look,
because you
Kirk
got
Cousins. Look, Kirk Cousins was a light in the dark for us. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to
So
get
I'm gonna
Kirk
hear
Cousins.
nothing.
We have to get Kirk Cousins now. I'm going to.
No, Kirk Cousins until
Yeah,
literally
check
this
myself.
year was a above average QB.
Like that was a light in the dark for us. And we let him
everybody
go.
was Kirk Cousins. They were either better or lower than Kirk Cousins unless you were the black quarterbacks. That's how it went. If you were Brock Purdy, you were Kirk Cousins with a better team.
Yep.
You were Will Levis, you're Kirk Cousins.
It was the
with a
benchmark. He was kind of the benchmark for
Like everybody who was a starting quarterback, you are Kirk Cousins if he could do this or if he couldn't do that.
he was the mold.
Yes, he was the typical, stereotypical quarterback for the NFL.
You know, his decision making was just like
It's
like,
yeah,
above
a little bit more
average.
harm. Yeah.
0.1.
Average dude. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that though. He's a man that excelled at filling in the gaps.
I ain't got no problem with Kirk Cousins, but don't end up on.
But
Not
that's
Falcons,
what
Kirk
all I'm
Cousins, I
saying
agree.
is that when your team is as bad as they are, it's just it is what it is. You take what you get.
No.
No. I was upset about the Kirk Cousins thing. You know what we did for the next 5 years?
Nothing.
Yeah. So
And
you know what would happen if we had Kirk? You know what would happen? You know what happened if we had Kirk Cousins up at this point? Basically the same thing. How many of the wins did the Atlanta Falcons have?
Like 8 or 9.
Well, that's because they actually have some good pieces. So,
But
I mean, you have to think Kirk Cousins won any of those games. But anyway,
I'm not accepting it.
I'm just saying. I was saying we'd be in the same position if we paid Kirk Cousins or if we didn't.
Yeah, you made the right decision to not pay Kirk Cousins because I'd be damned if a motherfucker came into my office and said everything need to be guaranteed, bitch.
Yeah,
You're
I
not.
was. Yeah, at the time I was
Who the
10. I was
fuck
like,
are
yeah,
you?
you get the just might as well just go ahead and go to Minnesota, buddy.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah,
to tell
you
me
can
I
go to
gotta
Minnesota.
pay you?
I was shocked he played well there.
Yeah,
He had some good seasons.
he did all right.
And then Sam Darnold replaced him and did the same thing.
Exactly.
He was.
So it's more so. I think it's more so the system than the quarterback.
I'm just saying he's the new Kirk Cousins. That ain't too bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Kirk
why you
Cousins-
won't complain about Kirk Cousins? Like,
Kirk Cousins if he only had one good season.
That's what he did.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins if he only had one good season.
That's what he did. That's what he did to us, though.
Oh,
Kirk Cousins, he only had like one good full season. For the season before, they only played half the season. Then we franchise tagged him.
I mean, he didn't really have much of a go at it the first contract because it was an RG3 season.
And that's what I'm saying. After RG3,
And
he
you know,
played for like the next season, and then he got franchised. And then after that, he was like, "I want all that." He wanted guaranteed all this shit stuff, and then so we're like, "Nah, you just."
as
Yeah.
you shouldn't. He didn't have a big enough sample size to ask for.
I'm not disagreeing, but Vikings paid it, and they did all right.
And
They were
Sam
relevant.
Darnold has a big enough sample size to tell you, I'm not paying that guy. Or I'm not basing
Literally
it on
one
just
season.
one season. Is not going
Just
to.
saying that, be wallowing in mediocrity for a while.
You think signing Sam
40 million,
Darnold?
40 million
Hold
TJ Watt.
on. You think signing Sam Darnold is going to change the fact that we're going to be in mediocrity this year?
I wouldn't say change, but it gives you a chance to not.
You think Sam Darnold gives us a better chance to not be mediocre than any other quarterback?
That's on the market? Maybe Aaron Rodgers, but that's debatable. So, that's what you're talking about.
I'm not taking either one of those. Aaron
Exactly.
Rodgers, his decision-making skills is not what he
Why don't you
used
go
to
ask the Cowboys about Trey Lance? Maybe they got him about it. Since we're talking about Justin Fields and
Justin Fields is not bad. Justin Fields had 4 offensive coordinators in 4 years.
I know that. I didn't say
He had 4 head coaches.
Like I said, he ain't
years.
bad like that.
He ain't bad. He just never has the ability to let him flourish the way that he needs to. And then Tomlin fucked that up by taking him out when he just had won a very, very good game against the Raiders and let Wilson play against the Jets, which he played very well.
If I was y'all, that's not that bad of a decision. I wouldn't be upset going with Justin Fields.
That's what I would rather than just stick with Justin because there's nothing better out there.
I'm just saying, if you're actually talking about your actual chances, that's just that you're just hoping Justin Fields is better than he has been. And because if he's only what he has been, that is not that great.
That could be said about everybody.
Sam Darnold has better tape than that.
That could be said about Aaron Rodgers. If he's the same fucking guy that he was in New York,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I said it's debatable, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Justin Fields doesn't have the same tape that Sam Darnold or Aaron Rodgers has at this point. So to say that they don't give you better chances would be crazy.
You said Justin Fields doesn't have as good as tape as Sam Darnold?
Since the last season, yeah.
Justin Fields' whole career is better than Sam Darnold's last season. What are we talking about
really
right now?
The Bears quarterback for the last.
Yes, with his running and his passing, it's way better career highlights than anything Sam Darnold has put on the fucking field of football. We're talking about him throwing it to a wide open Justin Jefferson. Congratulations. Let's talk about a guy running for his life and still throwing a fucking dot for a touchdown.
Okay.
Justin Fields is 10 times better than Sam Darnold. What are we talking about?
That's crazy.
He is 10 times better than Sam Darnold. You're basing this off of 1 year where you had a fucking amazing ass offensive.
I know. I ain't say he's the best quarterback in the league. He's gonna be like what? I don't know.
Sam Darnold was literally almost out of the league. He lost his job to fucking Baker Mayfield in Carolina. He is not the guy. He only got the job because the other guy got hurt, and there was nobody else in the quarterback room.
Justin Fields the same position. He was replaced by Russell Wilson, which is not a world beater at all. Russell Wilson is not. Why don't you guys just re-sign Russell Wilson?
Why? I'm tired of having 35-year-old quarterbacks that's going to have to be off my team in 2 years anyway. We're not built to win a championship, so you pick a younger guy who you can build with. That's Justin Fields.
Fair enough.
I'm not picking these old motherfuckers. Sam Darnold is only lookable because of his age.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't say Aaron Rodgers is the solution for sure. Aaron Rodgers is not going to do anything but 1 year contract, and that's it. But other than that, Sam Darnold is the other option for you guys. And like I was saying, that Sam Darnold's won last year. Yeah, if you want to say that it's because of the weapons and stuff, okay. But I think at least having one extremely good season is better than just having a seasons of struggling. That. Yeah, maybe in a better system that could be a case, but just to tell you right now, you guys are not world beaters on offense. So
no, not at all.
To say you guys are going to develop a quarterback, I'm just that's just kind of tough.
You give him two weapons.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree.
You give him a line.
Now with DK Metcalf, but that
helps with the development when you give someone the opportunity to succeed.
But it's the same argument. But then you're in the same argument. The Sam Darnold argument was that you should have 2 really good weapons.
But why go away from something you already invested in to then go and?
I guess I'm not invested into Justin Fields.
We've invested more than we have in fucking Sam Darnold.
Well, yeah, that's obviously.
So why start over? Why start over?
There's nothing to start over on.
We are starting over.
You guys haven't built anything yet.
We have to start over, regardless, because we have no quarterback. It's a start over moment.
Like I said, trade TJ Watt, trade your better players that blow it up like we were talking about.
You're not going to do that if you're Pittsburgh. It's
Okay.
literally, you got to know your organization. That's never going to happen.
Fair enough.
It's never going to happen. So knowing that, you don't even think about that. You go off to what you know, and that's never going to happen. We're also not paying 2 quarterbacks.
Oh yeah, like I was saying earlier, you just don't want to trade away your best players that you get all the time. Like that's not what you do.
Yeah.
Better franchises hold on to their good players. And like I was saying, if the Browns were a better franchise, they wouldn't have to pay $40 million.
If anything, Pittsburgh would let T.J. Watt's contract go out and let him go into free agency. They're not trading him.
It'd be crazy.
It never happened. It never happened with Troy when he was playing terrible. It never happened with Hines when he was playing terrible and down the stretch. We just don't do that with Steelers.
No doubt. Like I don't. That's what I'm saying.
You own a record.
No, that's what
for the Steelers. You're
That's
down.
what I said. That's exactly what I was saying. Like y'all aren't going to invest in garbage, and that's what I was saying. Like Sam Darnold is an option, but I'm saying Fields.
I mean, either way, whoever we pick, it's a 2-year gap before we are actually contenders. Anymore.
Yeah, no, you guys aren't really. And DK definitely helps y'all's chances for sure.
I mean,
Like,
it makes us a little better on paper.
I mean, DK. Think about it like this: DK was a premium receiver in the NFC. Like, and I mean premium. Like he.
DK is a great pickup. I'm just more concerned with Arthur Smith calling plays to get DK.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you guys are coordinator. Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. Development of what? Like, anyway, Arthur Smith.
So my thing is, what is Sam Darnold doing in the Arthur Smith offense?
At least
Not a fucking thing, just
I
like
know,
everybody else.
But I'm saying at least he can replicate some replication of good offensive play instead of just Arthur Smith. Whatever he's
Hold
doing.
on. Question real
So I
quick.
said Ryan Tannehill.
DK, JSN, and Lockett, or DK, Pickens, and Calvin Austin?
DK Pickens. I don't even need Calvin Austin. Because Calvin Austin is just Lockett without. Doesn't
Yeah,
have
DK.
Lockett without talent, right? To you.
Lockett without hands.
DK Pickens, for sure.
That's crazy.
Wait.
Because if Calvin Austin
You
is
said
equivalent to Lockett,
JSN.
Jason?
JSN is tough. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, those two are arguable. JSN and Pickens, to me, that's a comparable matchup.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
I
wrong
think-
if you
I think
said
Pickens
which
is
one or
better.
the other. But you have to have Lockett and Austin in that conversation because both those are going to be on the field most of the time. So that's how I'm saying they're taking
Lockett's
this.
a better player, though.
Yeah, Lockett is easily the better player. Easily.
Easily.
Two of the players are the exact same player. Two of them are
Lockett has
comparable,
some
and
of
one
the
is.
best catches like
Lockett's
I've ever
clean.
seen.
I hope we pick him up somehow.
Now, would you take Geno or Fields?
I'm personally taking Fields.
That's a toss-up.
I'm taking
That's
Fields.
a
I'm
toss-up.
taking Fields.
That's a toss-up because I'm a Geno hater, bro. I think that dude is a bum. How are you going to pay a fucking average backup quarterback $40 million?
Well, my thing is that he had great,
He got paid
excellent.
40.
That's what he's asking from the
Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
40 to 45.
Oh no.
Yeah, go home, buddy.
That's why I'm scared that Sam Darnold's gonna walk in this door and be like, give me 30,
you shut the
35.
door
I'm
on him.
like,
Yeah. That's what I'm
bro,
saying. Like,
one year does not make you a 30, 35 year quarterback. I need more. You're 20,
I'd say he's probably at
25.
30. I'd say he's going to get 30 from somebody.
From somebody for sure.
So
And I
bet
don't
you
think it's
are.
gonna be the Vikings.
I wouldn't
And
mind.
That's telling to me.
I'm just saying, if I didn't have Jaden Daniels, I would be perfectly fine with Sam Darnold. If I had some kind of system, any kind of receivers, which you guys do. No.
This year really changed the world because I never thought I'd ever hear that sentence.
I know.
Really changed the world.
I know. I was thinking about piling on Sam Darnold all year, but at this point, he put on good tape. Like, he has good play.
But my
Like,
thing
I
is,
hate to keep dogging on a player that actually has a good stretch of games, even if he took advantage of a system. We talk about Joe Flacco being a good a good quarterback, and it's just because he took advantage.
decent.
He took advantage of talent around him. Like
His
that's
whole career
there's something
is
wrong with
based
that.
off of-
That's not true. That's not true. Joe Flacco did not benefit off the talent around him, other than like the defense was good.
That's the
Almost
talent
got
around him.
his coach fired. Joe Flacco.
After the dude's getting older and shit, like he had a couple of injuries, he started playing like ass. Like
He's younger than Ben Roethlisberger.
okay, Ben Roethlisberger is one of the greatest QBs of all time. Like the fuck are we comparing that?
Man.
I never said Joe Flacco was that.
Ben Roethlisberger is a little overrated, but
I think I'm on that bus too.
I love Ben Roethlisberger.
Don't he have like 2 rings?
Neither one of them are his from his doing. The man was a pick magnet. Every Super Bowl he's thrown multiple picks.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous.
He's a bit of a gunslinger.
He's also, after that Super Bowl win that we won against the Cardinals, he became a gunslinger, and he gunslinged us out of a lot of fucking games.
Yeah.
Like the game that we lost against the Jaguars, 42-45. Yeah, you throw 3 picks and have a fumble, of course we're going to lose that game. I don't care if you make a crazy comeback. We deserve to lose that game because when we lost against the Browns and we were down 28-0 because this man threw 2 pick sixes. Yeah, what are we talking about? Like Ben was a turnover magnet in the playoffs. He played a big role in the fact that we did not win a playoff game since 2016.
Yeah.
It also played a big role that
that's why your guys' quarterback room
big
is.
3.
That's why your guys' quarterback room is the way it is.
Yeah.
Like you guys would have been getting, I think, a quarterback around the same time Lamar and all the other quarterbacks were coming into the league.
If Ben didn't try to hold on to his legs.
Like you guys would have had a chance at some of the quarterbacks that
I'm still pissed that we whiffed on fucking Lamar.
Yeah.
Like all because Ben said he did not want us to fucking draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
Like
I thought I heard a story about that.
Yeah, Ben's a dickhead. He didn't want to train Mason Rudolph because he thought he was his replacement, and Mason Rudolph is ass, as we all know.
Yeah, wow, scared of what?
Yeah, like what kind of complex do you have that you can't teach this?
The way you live your life, buddy, you need a backup. Like you best be teaching somebody.
Right.
You need to be teaching.
But I love Ben Roethlisberger. He's the greatest Steelers quarterback we've ever seen.
He's a dope.
Also, highly overrated, especially when it comes down.
Most people say that motherfucker from back then, Terry Bradshaw?
Yeah.
That's what I hear about Steelers' best QB.
Terry.
I also hear the same shit when they're talking about his Super Bowls weren't his doing.
Yeah, they were all defense. All defense.
Hey, but that was the Ravens' 2 Super Bowl. Joe Flacco fucking cooked.
Joe Flacco had a very Dirk Nowitzki type of run for his Super Bowl.
That man earned it. Nobody can say that Joe Flacco in 2012 did not.
No, exactly, absolutely. So that's
what. That's majority of his legacy.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, for sure. Of course the Super Bowl's there. And you beat the fucking coach's brother in the Super Bowl that the blackout happened.
Take a look at like Jimmy Garoppolo was like a good example. Like he almost won a ring with the Niners, but we know the story that he didn't. So he almost facilitated a ring for the Niners and the talent.
But Joe Flacco also was in the AFC Championship the year before that. He didn't get to fucking go into overtime because his kicker fucking kicked the shit into the stands over there instead of over in the uprights. And we should have went to the AFC Championship either the year before that or the year after the Super Bowl. So, the dude had playoff success still. Before and after.
No doubt.
So that Garoppolo comparison, shoot.
I don't know. Jimmy Garoppolo made it to the champ.
Wasn't it us that y'all lost to in 2011?
No, it's the Patriots.
So it was 2010.
Jimmy Garoppolo made it to the NFC Championship.
We played somebody I think we played y'all in the AFC Championship in 2010 too.
Yeah, because there was a stat before y'all played us this year that every time that we meet in the playoffs, and y'all would beat us and go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So, yeah. We can beat the Ravens twice out of the year. 9 times out of 10 regardless. Especially if we play 3 times. If we beat y'all 3 times in a year, we're going to the Super Bowl.
That will never happen as long as Lamar Jackson's our quarterback and playing in the games.
I mean, we've gone 2-0 a couple times. It's just never beat y'all in playoffs since Lamar Jackson's been there. Well, anyway, I think that will do it for today's episode. I appreciate y'all coming. Appreciate y'all coming to the escape room. That was fun shit.
It was fun. Thanks for having me.
Next time I do another one, I'm definitely going to invite y'all because y'all are solid. Y'all know what y'all doing.
Yeah, we was cooking.
We're going to do the second kidnapping.
Yes, I need to be there. I saw that there was a kidnapping too. I was like,
yeah, I need that. But we're going to sign off. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and tune in next week for episode 8. I think this is episode 7.
yeah, sure is.
Have a good one.